All right, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I am Michael Severe, joined by Josh Jones. Creighton basketball getting started tonight as we tape. And, of course, Omaha Central fell in the first round
of
the playoffs. Got upset. Very disappointing.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to being able to go this weekend. They couldn't go last weekend.
Sure.
And then, they lost.
What you think about the loss and how they lost?
You know, man, I've told you this before about that team, is their consistency.
Yeah.
They just can't find a true consistency at times. Like, they have talent, at almost every position. Their defensive line isn't as strong as it was last year, but there's games where people can push them around a little bit, and they lose consistency. And it's tough because they have a lot of good players on that team.
I mean,
and most of them are back next year.
Yeah, and it's not college and it's not NIL involved, so I can't go too hard on the kids. But it's sad that the team is out.
Yeah, it's sad that they're out. That means Friday night I'll probably be going to go see. I'll probably go see the West Side game.
Yes,
they're playing against Kearney. So I'll probably go to that game. If it gets out of hand, then I might move on to another one. But the
state championship is already at Miller South right now, right? It's already in the cabinet.
So here's what you got. So you have, as I said, West Side's playing Kearney.
Yep.
West Side beats Kearney. Then you'll have the winner of Millard South and Elkhorn South. They'll play each other in the semifinals.
That's crazy.
On the other side, probably the best team is Creighton Prep.
Yes.
We'll get to a little bit later. I have it in the headline.
Man,
I have it in the headlines.
I don't like how that's matched up because the state championship will be played in the semifinals.
Could be. We've had that before in the past where we thought that. And then it came to the finals, and the team that won that semifinal match didn't prepare like they were supposed to.
Yeah.
And got upset.
Now
I don't think it's going to happen this time.
Yeah, I
have
really
said
that before, but I just think this team is like
that's happened. You know where I've seen it the most is in the NCAAs. The Final Four, many times over the years, they said, "Oh, Houston, and Louisville will be your national championship, right?" And then you had NC State on the other side, and they went and Houston won the game, played NC State. Everybody was like, "Oh, the national championship was on Saturday."
Damn.
NC State upset them.
San Diego State. I couldn't think of their name. Remember when they beat Creighton on that. Nimhard
to get there,
and then they got to the Final Four.
Yep,
that to me was a championship for them.
Oh, okay. They played really well in the semi. In the Saturday, they played well. That was a weird.
That Monday night was different.
It was them. It was like FAU.
Yes.
That was just a weird Final Four. That was a weird Final Four. One of the lowest rated Final Fours, by the way. Of course, we are live inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar. 3 locations.
Yep.
If you haven't been to the new location in La Vista yet, of the La Vista Center, they're doing a lot of remodeling.
They are.
They're putting some TVs in the back. They're expanding another bay. It's a lot of work going on, but when they're done, it'll be an amazing place, as it already is, but it'll be even better. You can go out west, of course, check out that one, and then, of course, downtown where we are is the OG. The OG of Let It Fly, coming up on 3 years this summer.
Yeah.
Or next summer, however you want to say it. Want to remind you as well, whenever you come up here, if you come between 3 and 6, you get happy hour. If you come between 10 and 1, you get reverse happy hour. Lots of specials, lots of deals, lots of stuff for you, and lots of specials, too. Monday through Friday, including today. We tape on a Wednesday. It is
Wings Wednesday.
It is $1 Wing Wednesday on this day. And, of course, it's brought to you by, as always, our friends at Bud Light, where they make things
easy.
They make it easy to drink and easy to enjoy no matter where you are.
Yep.
With the headlines, number one, as we always start this time of year, Nebraska football.
Let's talk about it.
They fall to USC. They're leading 14-6 at half.
Yep.
Feeling pretty good about themselves. Just a short time after the third quarter starts, they get an interception by Andrew Marshall, and you're like, here they go.
Here you go.
They're going to go score. They're going to be up 21-6.
Right.
This thing is, the blackout's kicking.
Popping.
They're going to break the string of losing the AP top 25 teams.
Yep.
And then right then, third play, boom, Darren Raiola is sacked.
Yeah.
He's pulled back, breaks the fibula, and now he is out for the season. And TJ Lateef, who came in and did everything he could, but now this week he'll have all week of practice, and he'll play better than he did last week. But it sucks to see your starting quarterback, of course, go down.
So, is Nebraska the type of team? Obviously, the quarterback is the the center of the team,
Sure.
the heart.
The head of the snake.
Yeah, with Dylan out.
Yeah.
Is it over for Nebraska?
No, I wouldn't.
Like, let's
I just said.
Not optimism.
No, I'm not giving you optimism. Okay, let me tell you this. We're gonna get more into this when we do the keys and stuff later. But so, for example,
because I seen Harburg running the ball, I thought he would play quarterback, but they got a quarterback better than him.
No, so Harburg is a tight end. There are a lot of people talking about this. He's a tight end.
Like by nature?
He hasn't been in the quarterback room all year long. Okay. He is a tight end.
Right.
He goes to tight end
Thank
meetings.
You for fact checking
he practices tight end. He doesn't play.
You're not
the only one. You're not the only one. Okay. And they lined him up, but they didn't run the play. They ended up calling a timeout, kicking the field goal, which I thought was a bad decision, and especially the way they handled it. And then they missed the field goal. And
You know what, man?
What?
I just want the real.
I'm giving you the real.
Yeah,
let me tell you about TJ Lateef. And again, I told you, we're going to get to this in keys. But you got a mobile quarterback.
Okay.
I mean, this kid was a 4-star, recruited by a lot of different programs. It's not like he's from
he ain't no bum.
Mississippi.
Right.
He's from Compton, California.
Fact.
This kid is hard. He knows what he's doing. He's smart. He's got a good arm, and he can run.
Right.
And this UCLA team has not done a good job against quarterbacks running all season.
Yeah.
So it's a good matchup for Nebraska. Plus, UCLA's not really. I mean, they're 3. So this is what happened. They went 0-3.
Yep.
They fired their coach.
Correct.
Then they came back. They played a few good games. True. Then they kind of dropped off a little bit. And then Indiana killed them 2 weeks ago.
Very true.
And they're coming off a bye.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're a scary. They're not. Let me take a drink because that was a nasty burp.
Oh my God!
Sorry about that. I had some blackened salmon
that makes it worse.
I made for dinner.
Oh, it's a good dinner.
It was a good dinner. It comes up a whole different way than going down. Plus that lemon aioli, boy, that was a flavor
that's
there.
What's up.
Yeah,
that's but dinner. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you look at what Nebraska is compared to UCLA.
Right.
So a lot of times you'll see these charts, right?
Yeah.
And it'll have the stats for both teams, offensive and defense. And if you have either a black or a blue, that's good.
Yep.
If you have usually it's red or a pink, that's bad. Nebraska's got a whole lot of black in their columns. UCLA's got a whole lot of red because they haven't been very good.
Right.
They don't stop the run very well. They got a quarterback who's turned the ball over. They're not great overall. Their offense is middling. Nebraska's is better. So I mean, even with TJ Lateef in there,
yeah,
they should be able to go there and they'll have a home field advantage. Yeah. Because the Nebraska fans in California are going.
100%.
Plus, TJ Lateef's going to have 100 people in his family going.
Yeah.
And a lot of other guys who are from California.
Yeah, I'm not that guy, though. I'm not going to say it's all over. I just want to know, am I a blind optimist? Because for me, I feel like as Coach Rule is a great coach.
Yeah.
And in his 3rd year, this program is turned around.
It's better than it was.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so with that being said, I think Buddy get enough practice reps, even though he's a second string quarterback.
Yeah.
That I think he's confident he's ready to play. He know the pressure that's on him.
He does. I would say you don't. So because of the way the week works, the starter gets the majority of first team, obviously, right?
Sure.
So he's the guy that's most ready. This kid is a true freshman. Obviously, he's been getting second team reps. So when he came into the game, I thought he knew what he was doing. But I thought there were nerves. I thought we saw nerves. He had a fumble snap.
He didn't think he was going to play.
And when he fumbled that snap, the reason why it happened, he knew it'd be like this. Sometimes you'll misthrow you got a guy that's breaking open, right?
Right.
You're coming over half court. You look down court and ooh.
Yep.
And you throw it. And instead of making a clean, I got this guy open throw, you rush it.
Yep.
Well, he had the opportunity to have a middle screen that probably was a touchdown. He's getting the snap. He sees that opening up. And he got jitters, and he dropped it. So that's something that probably won't happen in week 2.
Right.
Because he's got a little bit more first-team reps. He's played in a half of a game. So all of that. It's going to be a hard game.
It's the Big Ten. I hope it's like
it's the Big Ten.
I hope it's a Tua Hurts situation. Somebody get hurt.
Yeah.
Somebody step up. We still do good.
Here's what's great. Here's the crazy part about it is Hurts didn't get hurt.
No,
they pulled him.
They just pulled him.
Put Tua in at in the third quarter, and he brought him back to beat Georgia in the SEC championship game.
You're right.
And then they put Tua in there. Then Tua ends up getting hurt. And Hurts has got to come back in and play in the game.
Exactly.
Which is still, if you ever wonder about Jalen Hurts and his character.
Yeah.
The way he handled that whole process before he left and transferred,
for sure,
it shows you everything about
NFL
him.
Hall of Famer.
Who?
Hurts is going to be an NFL Hall of Famer.
You think so?
The trajectory of his career, the way he played, and the weapons around him, he got.
Well, that's
he got a window.
So the weapons around him is actually what
gonna get him in the Hall of Fame.
probably hurts him.
Why?
Because the argument of whether or not Jalen Hurts is a top quarterback comes down to saying, with all those weapons, could you just put anybody in there? And so people say that, and they doubt him a little bit more. And overall, because of where he plays and who he plays for, his numbers aren't great. So the quarterback position is like the wide receiver position. It's all about, did you have this many throwing yards? Did you have this many touchdowns? And the majority, a lot of his touchdowns are on the ground, so I hope they add that in. There's a chance. I mean, he's only in his fifth season.
And you're not saying that he can't be or won't be.
No.
You're saying that it's an argument that it's harder for him to get in it.
You said surefire. I'm saying surefire. I'm saying that's what the argument would be.
I feel you.
Against
but
him,
you're
probably.
Not saying that. You're just.
All I'm saying is that he's in his fifth year, and he should have a long career. But remember, there was a time last year.
Yeah.
In the first 4 weeks of the season, well, there was talked about him being benched.
I know.
They were struggling.
Yeah.
The pass game was struggling.
I know.
They were talking about firing the coach.
For sure.
Then they went on and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know.
And so,
and that's
he's got a long career ahead of him.
I'm hoping that. Going back to my original point.
Sure.
I'm hoping that's the. I hope Buddy from Compton is like.
Yeah, I get it.
Licking at the chops for that. Like, man, all I needed was a chance.
Right.
You know. And like
he is that kind of a confident kid, though.
Yeah,
he is that confident kind of kid.
He didn't look scared. He looked nervous.
Yeah, I thought he was a little nervous on a couple of plays.
He looked scared to me.
But you saw him change some plays.
Yeah,
you saw him take off running on a couple times and get first downs. Even on that last drive, and I know people were doubting if they could. If Emmett doesn't trip and gets the first down, because there was so much room to the right, gets the first down. I think with that first down, they get rolling. I really think they had a really good chance. Now, do they score a touchdown? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, that's a long way to go. But they were rolling. I thought they could have gotten going. So I'd have loved to see this chance.
Despite of the score,
yeah.
Take away the score, how much better of a team before Raiola got hurt did USC look versus Nebraska?
Well, Nebraska was completely outplaying them at the time.
Because sometimes you can play well.
They were completely outplaying USC at the time. So USC, their first two drives, they took the ball. Their first two drives, they went 3 and out.
Yep.
Throughout the whole season, right, all 7 games before this, they'd only gone 3 and out 8 times.
Dang.
Nebraska forced 2 3 and outs on their first 2 drives. They were running the ball okay, but they couldn't throw the ball. There's a play in the late third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. It's a flea flicker they run, okay?
Yep.
But when that flea flicker, when he threw that, at that time, he was 9 of 21 for 60 yards. That is it. Nebraska was playing really well.
Right.
And then they also were limiting them in the red zone. So the 2 times they got down there, they stopped them. So they were outplaying them.
So you think...
I don't blame the loss on losing Raiola. You still should have won the game.
That's what I was about to say.
But I think if he's healthy, they most certainly win the game.
Okay.
And remember where they are at that point. Now, they fumble the ball, and they give the ball back, but Nebraska actually stopped them.
Yeah.
On a 4th down and 1, they stopped them, right?
Yeah.
Nebraska gets the ball back. Mm-hmm. So if that's Raiola, I think they may go down and score. But it's a lot. We'll have the keys of the game coming up and do picks and stuff. Number 2 headline is Nebraska basketball. Gets underway on Monday night.
Hey, our boy is hooping.
Which boy? Brandon Frager?
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
I know.
When I remember we met him, we was like, he going to be tough.
One, he talked some mess.
He talked,
And he looked physical, like a grown man.
Yeah.
And he is. Nebraska beat West Georgia 86-53. They got off to a really slow start. But then they had back-to-back runs where they went 16-0.
That's Nebraska.
2 back-to-back 16-0 runs.
That's good for you.
You don't see that very often.
I love watching Nebraska basketball, dude.
It's entertaining. So they have now won 23 of their past 25 openers.
Right.
Brendan Frager made his Husker debut, as we said. He had 22 points.
Yes, sir.
8 of 11.
Yeah.
That 22-point effort, the 3rd highest scoring game by a true freshman to open up the season.
Exactly.
Yep. So Bryce McGowan's had 25.
McGowan's was the hooper.
And Rick Mass, that's the one they had before.
Course, right.
So Rick Mass, 27th career double-double.
Yeah.
And Jamarcus Lawrence, who I'm glad came back. Because I thought when he left, he was kind of getting into playing that point guard a little bit. He was shooting it well.
Right.
And I understand he left because he wanted more playing time, wanted to start. Well, He had 5 3-pointers.
Yep.
The 4th time in his career he's had those. And he also had 6 of the 20 assists.
Yeah, because remember we kind of talked about if somebody bounced, do you take them back? I like how
Depends how they leave.
Yeah, he left like a G.
Yeah.
It was respect. Coach, I'm going to test the waters.
Right.
Like, I love it here, but I think I can play a little more.
And, there's 2 parts to it. You're going to go get the money, maybe.
Yep.
The other one is people just want to play.
People want to play.
You just want to play.
Yeah.
I get that. When people rip on student athletes for transferring or whatever else, I'm like, think about you. Say you're at a job and they don't let you do what you're supposed to be doing.
Slowly but surely, by the back end of this decade, the world is going to accept the sports the way it is now. Because
I hope so.
You have to.
But there's a lot of places where they'll still say the same thing. I
remember Coach Saban was like, man, if he transfer a lot, I don't want him. Stuff like that. It's like people are not – like there's a narrative that people are transferring because they want to get paid. Some people are transferring because they want to play.
Some want to play. Yeah.
Some just want to play.
Let me – I'm gonna digress for a second. I'm going to go to the matchups for Nebraska and UCLA. So I go through and I look at all the players. I chart them.
Yeah.
When I watch them video, I make a little note. So this is funny. This is the defense for UCLA.
Okay.
They've got one kid, right, who is like their leading tackler. He's their leading tackler. His name is John Vaughns.
Okay.
He went to UCLA as a freshman.
Yep.
He played football and he played baseball, right? The next tackler transferred from Michigan. The next guy transferred from Oregon State. Here's a guy, started as a freshman year, Jalen Woods, good. Next guy went to Arizona State and Oregon.
Right.
The next guy went to Ole Miss, Oklahoma, and Tennessee.
That ain't about the money.
The next guy went to Oregon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand there's some people that look around and go, man, why can't we just bring freshmen in and they play? But this is where we are now.
Right.
You're going to have kids who are both wanting to find some better money and better opportunity. That's the main thing. They're going to go looking for that.
Yeah, and it's one of those things now where unless you like top, let's just talk, I'm talking basketball.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know about football.
Right.
But basketball, unless you like a top 50, you probably got to go JUCO or lower level to go back up. Because why would I recruit somebody that's not in the top 50 and I can go get somebody in the transfer portal?
Well, I get, here's a great example. So Creighton has done it.
True.
Right? So Pop wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Jemiah Neal was. So, I mean, I think here's what happens. Well, for both those guys, they were in bad spots. Arizona State wasn't very disciplined, and Texas Tech wasn't very good. And, well, for him at least, it wasn't fitting very him, so he had to leave. So I get that.
And then he left Creighton. Why?
I think he left Creighton because he didn't like living in Omaha.
I respect that.
I mean, sometimes it is about I gave you 2 reasons, but the third reason because maybe you're not comfortable where you are.
Yeah.
That's certainly a possibility.
My bad, but go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So by the way, Monday was also Fred Hoiberg's 200th win.
That's what's up.
As a head coach.
That's what's up.
Congratulations to him. And then, of course, tonight, as we're taping this, at 7 o'clock, which is in about an hour and 15 minutes or so, Creighton will be playing South Dakota.
Yep.
The Coyotes.
Right.
The Yotes of South Dakota.
That's where Shireman came from, right? Or he's from South Dakota State.
I thought it was State.
State.
Yeah, I thought it was State. Yeah. So this is the Jackrabbits. Now, this is the Coyotes. He was the Jackrabbits, yeah.
Gotcha.
They've already played one game.
Okay.
They played against Utah Tech, and they lost. They lost in overtime 81-79 to Utah Tech.
Dang.
Now,
Creighton got 20.
South Dakota.
Yep.
Right? Over to Utah Tech, or I don't know if they played at home or not. And then over here, and they didn't shoot the ball well.
Right.
They were 2 of 17 from 3.
Dang.
But they still scored 79 points somehow, which is kind of easy.
Free throws.
Yeah, free throws. And it's a little overtime, too.
Yeah.
Right now, Nebraska, Creighton is favored in this game by almost 30.
I know.
It's 29 points is what they're favored by, 29 and a half. So it's almost 30. Here's how the Yotes get blown out. They were last year the second fastest paced team in D1.
Okay.
So they want to go fast.
Right.
They're not going to shoot well. You go fast and you don't shoot well.
You don't get back on D, you get scored on.
You getting blown out.
You getting ran off the
get blown out.
You getting ran out the gym.
So tell me who you're looking forward to see play for the Blue Jays tonight as they get ready for a game quickly. They got to play Gonzaga next.
Isaac Trout, because I feel like Trout is one of those guys where I've just been waiting on him to be like somebody that they can consistently depend on in the top rotation. because he's a pivotal role in the Big East. That forward spot is it.
It's huge.
Them guards is the guards, but that forward spot in the Big East is huge. And I want to see if Trout just going to play his role, which ain't good enough. And because you know what I'm saying.
Remember, he shot it well 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Then had a little bit of a slump.
Yeah.
He got better last year in the beginning of the year.
And for the people out there who don't know what I mean when I say it ain't good enough if he play his role, it's kind of like what he played last year as his role. I don't want to see him do this year unless he's like maximizing that to the point where they just going to him like a Raggy.
Yeah. My God, if he could shoot like that.
We need that. I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
So I'm most excited to see Trout do that. Trout, obviously, to me, like he's not a perimeter defender.
Yeah.
He can bang down low to get some rebounds, but he got to spread that floor, and he got to be a dead three on the level that I know he's capable of.
Yeah. I want to see Josh Dix, the transfer from Iowa, of course.
Yeah.
Want to see how he plays. Now, this is a guy who shot 50% from the field and like 45 from three.
That's crazy.
So let's see what he can do here.
That's crazy.
He's going to get into a system that gets you shots, right? And people have always gotten better as they got here as a three-point shooter. So I also want to see Nick Graves because he led Creighton in scoring in the first two exhibition games. Yeah. So I want to see that too.
Get him up.
I want to see that.
I like it. Yeah.
He's the kid from Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mentioned Dix, 42 from three, 50 from the field.
Yeah.
And then we got to find out what happens with Owen Freeman.
I know.
Getting healthy.
Man.
So he had a couple different injuries. He hasn't played competitive basketball since not this past February, the February before that.
That's crazy.
So he has been really, and he had the meniscus surgery.
That's
so it's been a while. Man. It's sad. It is.
That's
it is really sad. But Owen Freeman, you want to see him there. And then there's a couple guys that we talked about when we were going over it.
Like McAndrew?
This is the kids coming in we haven't seen yet.
Oh, word.
Blake Harper and Austin Swartz. Swartz is the older guy from Miami. Yeah. Blake Harper is the young kid from Howard. So we want to see them play because we're hearing a lot about, 9 deep.
Yep.
That'll be some of the guys. And then, as you mentioned, the returning guys, Jason Green, Jason McAndrew, and Isaac Trout. Yeah. And then also Ty Davis coming back.
I can't see Creighton shortening their bench like they used to. They're going to play about 9.5.
I would love to see that. Remember, as we've gotten into the seasons, you look up and they are playing short. They're playing 7-8.
Yeah.
They do it a lot. That's Coach shortens his bench.
Because Mac, at the end of the day, sometimes he don't got time, And he want to somebody who's reliable and dependable. Yeah. But I think with this roster and the way that they recruited, I think it won't be as short.
They got a lot of experience. Dix has got experience, right?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as short.
So, they've got the experience. Nick Graves has got experience.
Yeah.
The 3 guys we talked about coming back all have experience. The Miami transfers got experience. So there's a lot of experience.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We'll learn a lot more tonight. We'll learn a lot tonight what's going on with them and what the starting 5 will be. And then they got to get ready. This is one of the greatest finals or finales in a game ever. This is LSU playing Kentucky, right? And the clock is ticking down.
What year is this?
This would be 1993, I think.
Word.
I think it's 93.
Who's some notables?
So on this team, well, the guy who catches the pass, guy's name is Devery Henderson, who played in the league for a long time. That's Hal Mumme, the head coach. And look, they're celebrating. They poured the water on him. Look at Jaron Lorenzen was the quarterback, the hefty lefty, right, for Kentucky. And so the game's over. They're doing that. So LSU has only got 3-4 seconds left. They're out of timeouts.
Yeah.
And it's a long way. So it's not where you could throw the Hail Mary from the 50.
Right.
They're way back at the 30 or the 27, right?
Yeah.
So they're all celebrating the game is over. Look at the kid on people's shoulders. And then roll out, throw as far as I possibly can. Ball gets tipped, goes forward, and Devery Henderson runs underneath it, hits him in the hands, and he runs in for the touchdown. And Kentucky went from celebrating and throwing water at everybody's head to losing the game. Just sick to their stomachs. That's as far as he could throw it.
Why I never seen this play?
I don't know. This is one of the better Hail Marys of all time. Because look how they all get bunched in, and you're like, oh, there's no chance here. And then Early Doucette gets in the middle of it, and he goes up for the ball. Because Early was actually, I covered him in high school. He goes up, ball gets tipped, ball goes forward, and then somehow, I don't know how he gets in there, but all of a sudden he gets behind everybody. Here's the tip, and then behind him, you get the catch. And then the tip is the most important thing, right? You got to tip it up to get over the defenders all three of them.
They all tipped the ball.
Yes.
Pause. Yeah.
And then look at Hell Mummy. He's like, oh my, hold on now. Wait a minute, a second. This isn't good at all.
That's his real-time reaction.
Yeah, that's real-time reaction. Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. And then the ball gets tipped up. Boom, caught. See you later. I'm going to go score. Yeah. Still one of the greatest endings. I remember I was standing in the kitchen watching that. I was like, this is awesome. LSU.
Hey, I got a thought about football. So I was in a group chat. My father-in-law, brother-in-law.
Yeah. Not talking about Mission, were they?
No, not this time.
Okay.
No, not this time. So we was talking about the greatest football teams of all time.
Okay. In college or pro?
College.
Okay.
And we went to, I said the 95 Huskers.
Sure.
And then my brother-in-law said 2001.
Miami.
Come on. And so to me, I looked at that roster and was like, damn.
So the rosters.
Shockey, Dorsett. Like, I think that team was a better individual star-studded team, but I think the Huskers were a better consensus.
Here's the difference between Miami 2001, who ended up having something like 18 first-round draft picks off of it.
Yeah, right.
So go past that and go look at the games they played. They had to come back to beat Boston College in that season, and they had a late game against Virginia Tech that was close. The closest game that Nebraska played in 95, they won by 14 points.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
All the rest of the games were blowouts for the most part. They didn't get sacked the whole season. They had almost no penalties. They had no fumbles. They couldn't be scored on.
Right.
So, and then in their national championship game, Miami, blew out Nebraska, a Nebraska team they did. But you look at what Nebraska did in 95, they beat the number 1, number 2, and number 3 teams in the country.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good, man.
I didn't say all this stuff you said.
Pretty good.
But I was like, okay, I think they're arguing from because I think the Miami team held people to 9 points and Nebraska held them to 12. But I was looked at that like, the starters was out the game.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Really?
No, that's not right. Because Miami gave up points to people.
Okay.
They gave up points to people. Very rarely did. Yeah, I'm almost positive that's not right. That 95 team didn't give a lot of points for Nebraska. 2001, they gave if you look at the Boston College game, there was a game, I'm pretty sure it was Virginia Tech was the other one. And then there's another game during the season. But I don't know, I would doubt that Miami gave up 0 points.
He didn't convince me. Only thing he did was show me that they had a bunch of NFL players.
Oh, they did. I mean, they were deep. So you mentioned Jeremy Shockey.
Yeah.
Remember, he was the starter. The backup was Kellen Winslow Jr.
Crazy.
Their running backs, I'm pretty sure all of them were there. I think it was like Clinton Portis.
Clinton Portis was there.
So I think it was Clinton Portis. Yeah. It was Frank Gore.
Yeah.
It was Willis McGahee.
You're exactly right.
Then they had, and then they also had a fullback who played in the league too. That was also on that team.
I'm about to look at the list that he dropped on.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible list, and they had great talent. Brian McKinney, the left tackle, was a first-round pick. They had another pick on the line. The only thing they didn't have was a all-star quarterback.
Yeah.
Not Brock Berlin. Oh, my God, I just forgot his name. He was not a top-flight quarterback. They had all these great quarterbacks. They had all these great quarterbacks over the years, and then they get to that great team in 2001, and it was okay. It wasn't a great quarterback.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest difference, I would say, in those two teams, because Tommy Frazier, 3-time, he was back-to-back MVP of the bowl game he played in, back-to-back national champion.
What made him not get the Heisman? Was it players on his team or something?
Well, I think part of what happened in 95 was there was a lot of blowback for Lawrence Phillips.
Because he was the number 1 draft pick, right?
Who, Lawrence?
Yeah.
No, Lawrence didn't go till – remember Lawrence? So Lawrence got in trouble in game 2 at Michigan when he got back from Michigan State. So he got suspended off the team.
Okay.
Suspended off the team. That was national news because Coach decided not to kick him off the team because he's like, look, if I kick Lawrence off the team and he's away from football, I don't know what's going to happen to him.
Right.
I got to keep him involved.
Right.
So he keeps him involved. That draws a whole bunch of national attention.
Yeah.
And even though Tommy played really well and Tommy led his team to the national championship, I think part of it was because Eddie George playing for Ohio State put up good numbers, and didn't have all the scandal, or at least the feeling of scandal.
Yeah, no doubt.
And so that's kind of what hurt.
Around the team.
Yeah, because, I mean, you got to understand, there were national people coming in here questioning, why didn't you kick this guy off the team? He dragged the woman down the stairs and all this talk. And, then coach brings him back.
Yeah.
And when he brings him back, that brings it up all over again. I can't believe you're bringing him back.
Right.
You let him play in the national championship game. Trust me, the last thing they needed to win that game over Florida was Lawrence Phillips. They win that game with all the other guys they had if they wanted to. But he decided to bring back Lawrence Phillips back to give him an opportunity to prepare and do well so he can get drafted.
No doubt.
Yeah, Lawrence ended up being the 6th overall pick. By the Rams, I believe. So let's go to headline number 3.
Okay.
Before we get to keys and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I mentioned high school football playoffs this weekend. It's going to get a little chilly.
Yep.
It's going to get a little chilly. Here's one side of Class A. You've got West Side hosting Kearney.
Yep.
And then you have, I mentioned Elkhorn South and Millard South.
Mm-hmm.
Winner of those 2 games meet each other. Other side, Papillion La Vista versus Millard North. They upset Omaha North.
Yep.
And then you got Lincoln East, who upset Omaha Central, playing Creighton Prep. Out of these teams, I think that Prep is probably the strongest.
Yes.
But if Prep gets down and they got to throw, I worry a little bit about them.
For sure.
So that's the Class A matchup.
Right.
There are a couple of matchups in Class B that, based off of what happened last week, could be serious shootouts. The game of the week last week was Gretna and Norris.
Yeah.
The final of that game was 46-45.
Wow.
46-45. And so you move on to this week. This week you got Waverly playing Seward.
Mm-hmm.
Winner of that plays the winner of Bennington and Elkhorn North. And both those teams last week shut their opponents out.
Right.
And then you have York and Gretna. Gretna, kind of an upset team. And then you got Scott Catholic and Gretna East. Gretna East is the favorite in the whole thing.
You know what would be tight?
What?
Go get a Harlan, Iowa team and let them play Miller South.
Oh, they would. Miller South has played teams from outside the state. They would destroy Harlan.
Man.
They would destroy Harlan. Right now, this team, with the amount of Division I Power 4 recruits they have on it, is one of the highest in the history of the state.
So you saying that they can...
I'm saying they got a quarterback who's starting that going to Alabama.
I know. I'm just saying...
One of their wide receivers going to Iowa State.
We need to... this... Maybe it ain't going to be this consistent with high-profile talent on one team in a while.
Right.
But you know how you do like an Oak Hill, Omaha Central?
Yeah, they do that. They actually went to Vegas, and they played a team in Vegas.
Okay.
Beat the hell out of them. But then they ended up having a player who didn't live in the right area, so they ended up having to forfeit the game. But they beat them like 40-0.
Damn.
Yeah. They're
like
good,
that.
man.
They like that.
They're good. They're for real. They got a lot of talent.
Well, we
and they
just
got talent across the board.
The state tournament, but we just saying who playing in it.
Yeah, and I'm not. Look, I would never ever in the game of football just automatically say because the team's been great all season, they're going to win it. I would never say that because too many times favorites. Hell, Georgetown, 1985 basketball, right?
Yeah.
So you can make arguments they were in Super Bowls where they were big favorites.
Surviving advance?
It is. It's survive and advance. Yeah. And occasionally you play down to your competition.
Yeah.
They play up to the competition. And you look up and the next thing you know, you're in a ball game. And then say you have all season long, Miller South hadn't been in the ball game.
Right. All
of a sudden, they're in a ball game.
Yeah, you get a...
what happens then?
You in the Derek Wittenberg situation.
Man, that game still. Sidney Lowe, Derek Wittenberg, Thurl Bailey, Lorenzo Charles.
Dang.
That was 4 of their 5 starters. On the other side, you had you had NC State that basically had 2 guys that were really considered to be
Twin Towers back then.
No. So you had Sid. So North Carolina State had Lowe. And Houston had Olajuwon.
Right.
They had Drexler graduated the year before that.
Okay.
So they had Olajuwon. They had Michael Young, who played on the wing. They had in the backcourt, they had a sophomore Franklin, who was their point guard.
Mm-hmm.
But they were incredibly Bro was one of the guys they had.
They should have ran through NC State.
Yeah, see, that's what happened. You win that game on Saturday, and you think, we're getting national championships now.
Right.
We won that game. All we're playing is lowly NC State.
That's crazy.
You know, when you're going against a team that's called Fly Slamma Jamma, and all they do is dunk, and the other team shoots a lot of outside shots and runs offense slowly and's got solid point guard play or guard play. Man. I mean, you look up and you go, we're going to win this.
Honest, man.
You can't have that opinion.
When you say that, it makes me think that it might be an upset, and this would be the greatest upset.
It would be a huge upset.
And
not saying it could. Not saying it's going to happen.
The history of Nebraska high school football sports.
We'd have to talk to our good friend Stu Pospisil about that.
Tell us.
I'm sure he knows what the biggest upset is, but I know that you can never just say to yourself, because they're great, they're going to win.
For sure.
Yes, you know. I'm sure you've been on teams.
I have.
That thought they were much better than the opponent.
I've watched Kentucky in the NCAA tournament a couple times.
And they were loaded.
Them Harrison twins.
Just 5 stars. And then they ended up losing the game.
Crazy.
Let's go to keys to the game for UCLA and Nebraska.
Okay.
Keys to the game. Now, if you don't follow these, then I do a lot of music stuff. And if you are around my age or a little bit younger, and you know that TJ Lateef is probably going to be a key to the game, then you know my first key is the band Chic and their hit song La Freak. La Freak. La Freak. So La Chic, exactly. So it's freak out. La Freak. Say Chic. Freak out. So anyway, the key to the game is my boy TJ Lateef using his legs.
Okay.
I mentioned this earlier. 5 of the quarterbacks that have played against UCLA got 45-plus yards rushing. 3 of them went over 80, and one of them, the quarterback at Penn State, Drew Aller, had 92 yards rushing. So you look at all of these guys who put up numbers. Some of them aren't true. Drew Aller's not a runner.
Yeah.
We know that Mekhi Washington, who went against Nebraska, he's not a runner. He got 67 yards. Mendoza, who is the Indiana guy, he had 5 for 45 and a touchdown. So you have a quarterback who can run, who can use his legs, going against a team that's given up a lot of yards before in the past. 2 quarterbacks that can be mobile. So that's my number 1 key.
All right.
Lateef, La Freak. La Freak, Lateef.
Tweak.
Key number 2. Have you heard the song Tick, Tick, Boom?
I think I have.
You've heard it, and you know how you really heard it? They play the cut a lot of games. Tick, tick, boom, explodes. What do you need for that boom to happen?
Some fire starting.
Explosives.
Yeah.
I think Nebraska needs some explosive plays.
Right.
Against
Maybe
UCLA.
with the legs. Use your legs, quarterback.
Emmett running for long balls.
Yeah.
Running long plays. Of course, TJ Lateef using his legs. But I want to see the wide receivers.
For sure.
One of the things that Dylan really struggled with the last few games he played was completing balls downfield. They weren't getting it downfield. They asked Holgorsen about it this week, and he goes, well, a big reason is that he wasn't getting through all his progressions. He would get through the first one, maybe the second one, then he had to move because of pressure, and he couldn't get it to him.
So you blaming the line?
Well, I think it's a combination
is that what
of
Coach doing?
Well, he was saying that he wasn't getting his possession, so part of it, But then the next line he says is, but we've had guys who have been open, including there was the one to last week that he should have probably thrown down the field to Lindenmeyer. He didn't do that, but anyway, you got Isaiah Hunter.
Yep.
You got Dan Key. You got Corey Barney, and you got Luke Lindenmeyer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see at least 2 of those guys get balls thrown at them over 20 yards.
Especially Barney.
Over 20 yards, that's what I want to see.
Barney make plays.
Haven't had those. And I think by having a mobile quarterback who moves and buys a little bit more time, it's going to get Nebraska the chance to actually get down deep, throw the ball deep, get some explosive plays.
Mm-hmm.
Tick, tick, boom.
Okay.
Number 2.
All right.
And number 3. This is an oldie, but a goodie.
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
No. I mean, based off of what I've done this before.
I got you.
All I do is
win, no matter what.
No matter what. Win the third quarter. The third quarter is crazy for Nebraska.
For sure.
It's the only quarter where they're not in the plus category.
Mm-hmm.
In differential between what the other team scored and what you scored, they're in the negative. They're minus 18 for the whole season, But if you just look at Power 4 teams, so that's the Big Ten, including Cincinnati, they're minus 46 in the third quarter. Matter of fact, 3 times in the third quarter, they were held scoreless. In the games they've lost, they scored 10 in one, 0 in the other, and 3 in the other.
Okay.
They got to score in the third quarter.
That's true.
Whether it's changing the color of Gatorade or Powerade.
I like Power.
I think Nebraska's Powerade.
Yeah.
Because of the Pepsi stuff. I think they're Powerade.
Sure.
Michael's Secret Stuff.
I know.
Get some cans of that.
We need that.
Give them to drink some Michael's Secret Stuff. And get them all fired up to go out there.
Yes, sir.
And all we do is win the third quarter.
Gotcha.
So win the third quarter, have some explosives, and TJ Lateef.
Yeah, do his thing.
Lateef, get out there and do his thing, use his legs.
For sure.
Score prediction, my friend. Score prediction. What do you think? I'll tell you that currently, because of Dylan's injury, UCLA is favored by anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 because of that.
Right. 1917.
1917?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the year for a second.
No, I just feel like you guys just throw some odd stuff out here because it's an odd scenario now, man.
Give me the 1970. Missed the extra point?
I give you a real score. I'm quit playing.
No, you can do that.
No, that's fake.
It's your call, man.
No, that's fictitious.
Okay. All right, okay.
I honestly think, I think that
that was funny.
Man, I hate to say this, bro. I'm just not a Kool-Aid drinker. I don't think Nebraska gonna win.
So you taking UCLA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think UCLA gonna win.
And what score?
And the score is gonna be I give them 21, and I'm gonna give Nebraska 14.
21-14.
I am.
UCLA
a whole touchdown
from the hater.
Yeah.
Josh Jones. I'm going 23-17 Nebraska.
Okay.
I still believe Nebraska's the better team.
Yeah.
I believe what we saw from UCLA over the course of the year, they aren't the better team.
That's cool.
And so because of that,
I'll be a hater because when I be cheering, they lose. so maybe if I hate on them, they win. You know?
Here's what you do. You pick them to lose.
Yeah.
And then you bet on them to win.
I know.
So either way you win.
I did that before.
I did that before. Special thanks to everybody. Caleb for putting this on.
Good luck,
right?
man.
Making sure. Mike Allen for always paying the bills.
Thank you, bro. Always.
Stable Gray for taking care of business and getting this put together.
Yes,
also, a reminder, our presenting sponsor, Bud Light, because they make things.
They make it easy, man.
They make it easy to drink, easy to enjoy, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what sport you're watching.
Right.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy.
Yes, sir.
Also, a reminder, if you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yep.
If you're following us on Apple or Spotify, like, please. It helps us out. It makes everything look wonderful.
You know what's good about us, bro?
What is good about us, bro?
We consistent.
You're a consistent hater. No, I'm just playing.
We consistent.
We are consistent. We're consistent on that. Yes.
We doing our thing, man. We appreciate
We'll be back next week.
Yes,
right?
we will.
And while we're back next week, we'll know who was right, who was wrong.
Exactly.
Right? And if Nebraska has lost when we come back,
we're gonna just
and they're sitting at 6-4 with at Penn State and Iowa left.
That means it's the quarterback.
It'd be a little panic.
Right.
There'll be a little bit of panic in Nebraska.
But then you got a scapegoat because your quarterback is hurt.
People don't give you credit for that. There were times where Nebraska lost quararbacks under Bo Pelini and nobody gave him.
Hey, after he got hurt, Matt Rule probably was like, I should have left.
I'm sure. He wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't going anywhere.
Anyway, don't mind me.
You know who is going somewhere? We are. Josh, take us away.
Hey, Josh Jones here with Michael Severe. You know how we do it. It's a Let It Fly show.